Good morning, lovelies. It's Tuesday, it's the 2nd of June, and I hope you're all okay. It's another sunny one here. It's rather warm. And because it's rather warm, I've got the windows open, and one of my neighbours appears to be grilling bacon. Oh, that's cruel. No, I've already breakfasted. We're okay. Hope everyone's doing fine today. Still a lot of upheaval in a lot of places. Hope you're able to keep safe. Just don't know what to say. So I shall tell you about my day. Today I have a funeral ceremony, so I shall be leaving here about 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. And I will no doubt speak to you again when I'm in the car, because I do that. Apart from that, general sort of prep. I've got 2 ceremonies tomorrow, so I need to prep for those. And yeah, just working. Now actually, we're quite pleased with ourselves. We are rubbish gardeners, as we know. And some new grass was laid in our front garden a couple of months ago. And the very edge bit had gone very brown and dry and was clearly not doing well. And I've been watering most days when I remember, and it seems to be, I mean, the dead grass isn't going to grow again, but the other grass seems to be growing in that area, so I'm feeling quite pleased with myself. I'm not the grim reaper of all plants as I expected. I mean, grass should be fairly hardy, but yeah, seem to have avoided a major catastrophe anyway. Fingers crossed. But apart from that, we're plodding on. Plodding on. Now, I do have something to say because, and I'm sorry I didn't write down the name, someone asked me about how I became a funeral celebrant. And I know that some of you know this story, you've probably heard it more than once, but if you have, by all means skip ahead until I'm in the car, because that'll probably be the next bit of footage. But if you haven't, here it is. I was about to hit 40 the same year as my mother died. And these are both things that make you think, what am I doing with my life? Prior to that, I'd been working in finance, which had been okay, but fairly... It's my mate Mandy texting me. Fairly lacking in feelings of kind of value and satisfaction, I would say. So these were both things that got me thinking, and basically classic midlife crisis. Then the death of another friend, I was helping her with the arrangements, and during that time I genuinely woke up with the thought that I'd quite like to be a funeral celebrant. Now, I had seen a humanist celebrant in action a couple of years before, when it was actually my boss, had died. Oh good lord, he was 40, had a brain hemorrhage. You know, it was just one of those horrendous situations. But the funeral was amazing. And I came home from that saying to himself, that's what I want when I die. But that was as far as it had gone at that stage. But a couple of years later, when I was helping my friend out, and this was kind of 6 months after my mum had died, I thought, I think I'd quite like to have a go at that. So I applied to the British Humanist Association, as it was then. It's now Humanist UK, I think. I had to wait because there wasn't capacity in this area for a celebrant. And that did me good, actually, because I had applied fairly quickly after sort of waking up with that thought. And also I had... it made me realise how much I wanted it, because as I was knocked back, the depth of my disappointment was revealing. So that was the end of 2007. I trained at the beginning of 2008. Actually, we're coming up to about... Yeah, we just had the 12th anniversary of my first ceremony. And I've been a celebrant ever since. For a while, I was working part-time and also being a celebrant, but as time moved on, I, with himself's support, took the decision to go full-time. which was a bit scary, but touch wood, it's working. So, yes, it's been 12 years. It's been 2080 something ceremonies. And thank you for being interested. Well, that was a bit of a detour. I think there was an accident on the main road. So I ended up coming a very rural route. All very pretty and all that, but yes. Here safely, that's all that matters. Here on time, that's also important. Here with plenty of time. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. Well, it's one of those days where you say to people, how are you? And they say, hot. It's beginning to feel quite muggy. I think the weather is due to break, so it will be cooler. So hopefully it'll be more comfortable for everyone. Yeah, ceremony went well. Journey home was much better than journey there. As I said briefly in the car, I didn't have a lot of time. There was a road closed. I think it was an accident, but as far as I know, no serious injuries, or I hope so. So part of the main road was closed, so I had to go a few country lanes. But got there safely, got there on time, we're all okay. So now just some admin stuff following on from today's ceremony and preparing for tomorrow's. And then I think that'll be me for today. In the meantime, himself is taking this cooking lark very seriously, which is great. Gotta have a hobby. It's a very constructive and useful hobby for him to have. But we had delivered today a huge box. There were noodles, there were tins of coconut milk. I got loads of tins of coconut milk when I went to the wholesaler, but obviously not enough. There are spices, there are sauces, there are, oh my goodness me. I don't know where we're going to put it all. We didn't have an empty cupboard, so I don't know where we're going to put it all. I'm going to have some delicious food. Oh dear. So yes, that he was like an excited child on Christmas morning when that box arrived. He was like, oh, what have we got? What have we got? Oh, we've got a lot of stuff to find a home for. So anyway. So yes, he's obviously planning to do a lot of cooking. I'm on board with that. Although much as I like Indian and Thai and Nepalese food, which is essentially what he's bought the ingredients for, I also like Italian food and traditional British food and, you know, food from a range of cuisines. So hopefully it won't get too samey. And I know within, for example, Indian cuisine, you can have a huge range of dishes and flavours, and, you know, I understand that. But I also quite like a spaghetti bolognese or chips, you know, something like that. Sometimes I just want a jacket potato with some cheese on it, you know. My tastes are often very simple, but we shall see. And it's a bit of an adventure, so that's all good. He can take over the kitchen. I mean, I enjoy cooking, but it doesn't bother me not to do it. So we shall see. Well, I think that's going to be it for today, my lovelies. So you all take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for all the comments, all the thoughts, letting me know what you're up to, letting me know how things are with you. So look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.